They're all about to start popping in. Here they
go.
Yay.
So oh my God, there's so many.
Yeah.
We're super excited to meet you.
Yes,
there's so many. Oh my God.
Yes, everybody please put your mics on mute. Except for you, Jaime, you don't have to.
Awesome. So we
Are you all in Pennsylvania?
I think everybody is in PA. Everybody's at their homes, but most people are in PA or local sort of areas.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, hi guys. Hi everybody. I'm just
hi.
Oh,
hi.
My God.
Yes. No, leave your mic off.
Let me say hi. It's fine. Yeah. So we have about 20-25 minutes with Jaime. So we're going to be like nice and efficient with your time. I'm going to give a quick intro so that as many of you get to chat with him and ask questions. You can already go ahead and start posting questions in the chat, and then we'll call on you while I'm giving my introduction so that we can go right into it. So I'm sure to all of you, Jaime needs no introduction, but Jaime Camil
I might. You never know.
You never know. He is one of the most important and influential Latin American actors in the world. A recent study placed him in the top 3 most valued and recognized Mexicans in his country. He has over 12 million followers across his social media platforms, has been nominated for a Golden Globe, a Critics' Choice Award, AFI Award, Teen Choice Award, any award you can think of. He has been nominated or won this award. Check that out. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
That is super cool. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. And he was also named by Vanity Fair as one of best new TV characters, playing Rogelio de la Vega, which many of us know him for, who is the vain but totally well-meaning father of Jane and Jane the Virgin. And that show just came to a close after 5 amazing seasons. I know I'm going to miss it. I absolutely love that show.
Me too.
So, yeah, amazing. So obviously you've done tons more, but I want to definitely hop into questions from people. I saw that a couple are already coming in, so we're gonna let people start asking you. So I'll ask you first, what have you been up to during this quarantine?
It's a crazy times. I mean, you wanted a crazy story for your graduation. It doesn't get any better than this. Like, just graduating from my couch. That was my graduation. Yeah, in quarantine without talking to people. It's just insanely ridiculous. But here we are dealing with the quarantine. It's really, really difficult. My wife and I, we have 2 kids, so we are homeschooling. So teachers, you should get paid 500%, 1,000 million times more than what you get paid. It is insane, the work you do. And I've been busy with this show here, Broke. But guess what? It got canceled because unfortunately, I don't know if you guys saw Broke. It's on Thursday nights on CBS at 9:30 p.m. But we can talk about it if you want. But it got canceled because in a financial crisis, just as companies will let go the young hires instead of the established hires, the same in Hollywood has been closed for many months now. They had to cancel Men with a Plan, Tommy, Carol's Second Act, and Broke, unfortunately, because we are the new kids on the block. So in a financial crisis, the first ones to go are the new kids on the block. And so yes, I have a show, but I no longer have a show.
Oh, man, tough times. Oh,
tough times.
Yes. So we've got a bunch of people saying how much they love you, Emily, Naima, in the chat here. And then we'll run to our first question with Joyce. So Joyce, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask Jaime your question.
Where's Joyce?
Hi, Jaime.
Hey, Joyce. Romero, how are you?
Hi. My name is Joyce Romero. Thank you so much for coming. I saw that you are a Mexican and Brazilian actor. I'm from Ecuador. So I kind of just wanted to ask you a little bit about what has been the most challenging part of transitioning between Hispanic telenovelas and American shows.
Well, it's a good question. First of all, the stereotype never helps, obviously. But the biggest difference between working in Latin America or working here is the budget. In Latin America, if you spend $100,000 per episode, you're like, why are you spending so much money? This is ridiculous. And for you to get an idea, Jane the Virgin was like a $3-point-something million show per episode. And my new show, Broke, was one of the cheapest network shows to do. It was $2 million per episode. So, I think there are a lot of challenges. As you know, they put us Latinos in the same folder most of the times. For them, we are just Latinos. They don't understand we have so many different cultures from Ecuador, Panama, Venezuela, Colombia, and Mexico. I mean, we're so diverse within our own universe, but at the same time, we should also support each other more. I believe we can do a better job supporting each other and don't have so much competition between countries or cultures. But I think, the challenge is I have a solid career in Latin America, and you come here to Hollywood and they don't really care, to be honest. They don't care. And you learn that at the end of the day, is your talent that gets you the job, is doing a great audition and just showing people what you're made of. And, nothing comes easy. You have to audition. As you know, I don't know if any of you would like to pursue arts or acting or whatever. It is the most rejected profession in the world. Like, we get 100,000 no's per every yes. So we are resilient. We have very thick skin and a very strong heart. It's very strange. It's one of the most rejected professions in the world, I would say. So if on top of that, you're part of a minority that are, that equal pay, all of the things we would need like 2 hours, right? We had to to dive into these subjects, but yeah, there's a lot of challenges, but at the end of the day, it's your perseverance, your drive, your discipline. Nothing comes easy in life. You really have to work and work and work and walk the walk, and it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And we never give up on your dreams, because it sounds horribly like cliche, but in reality, if you can dream it, you can be it. But many people are like, oh yes, I'm waiting for my opportunity to land from heaven. No, opportunities are flying on top of you, and then you decide if you want to jump and grab the opportunity. Now, if you decide to jump and grab one, it's not going to develop itself. You have to pour water and work on it and be disciplined and develop it and cater to that opportunity, because there are no magic formulas and nothing happens magically. It's all about us, doing the work.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jaime.
Thank you, Joyce.
Gracias.
All right, let's hop to Erica DeMeo. Go ahead and ask your question.
Hi.
Erika, yes, I see you. Okay.
So, I want to know, what was your favorite part of filming Jane the Virgin?
Everything. Working with a beautiful group of human beings. They're so lovely. As you know, I'm sure you heard Hollywood horror stories about how the leads hate each other, or how they fight over stupid things like who has the biggest dressing room, or who had a manicure first, or who was called first on set. All that stupidity that goes on in my line of work. But we don't no contemplamos eso. I don't have the word in English, but we don't give into that. We just are the first table read we had at the CW. We all did like a little team back, and we were like, okay, no matter what happens to the show, because I don't know if you have a question on how a show gets done or what is the process, I'll be more than happy to walk you through it. But when we're doing the table read at the CW, the network, we all hugged each other, and we were like, listen, no matter what's going to happen with the show, let's all promise ourselves that we will stay humble, with our feet on the ground, and we will be thankful to have a job every single day of our lives. And then we were privileged enough to have 100 episodes and 5 seasons. Now that doesn't happen. That's a rarity in Hollywood. Usually happens what happened to Broke. Shows get canceled, and after 1 or 2 seasons, and you're gone. So the beautiful thing about Jane was working with a beautiful group of people, starting by our head, which was Gina Rodriguez, the entity that, our lead. She's so nice. You have no idea how beautiful she is. She has been mistreated by the media sometimes, which I don't think is fair. But she is so nice and so giving and so loving, and we were all like that. So it was funny. They asked us in interviews like, "Hey, are you happy to be on hiatus? Hiatus is a time you rest between season and season, right? Are you happy to be on hiatus?" Like implying that we couldn't stand each other, and we were like, no, we are super sad that we're not going to see these humans for 3 or 4 months. I miss them so much. So the most beautiful thing about Jane was that working with a beautiful, beyond talented group of actors, and beyond kind and giving group of humans. And you will no longer have, you will not always will have that in life. Sometimes you will have coworkers that you would rather drown than but we didn't have that, thank God.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Erika.
you so much. Oh, Fanny just put in the comments that she wrote her final writing essay on Jane the Virgin.
Stop it, Fanny. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yes. If you want a better grade, just focus everything on Rogelio de la Vega.
I focused a lot on Rogelio, actually.
Well, that's because you're very clever and you were focusing in greatness. No, I'm kidding.
You just said it. Just tweet it. Just tweet it so he can read it.
Exactly.
Tweet the whole thing. Yep.
No, I'm not gonna do that. But I talked about the magical realism in Jane the Virgin, and how I actually grew up watching telenovelas. Like the first novella I saw was La Fea Más Bella.
Yeah, represent.
Show. And I was just telling my mom, like, that was like the one, like, that's like her favorite. She's actually downstairs. I should tell her you're here, but
Don't call mom, please. I mean,
She'll
call
probably
mom
freak out.
right
You should
now.
grab her after
run
this.
to her right now. But no, but yeah, I just wanted to say, like, literally, I've grown up watching you, basically.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank you.
I just saw Jane the Virgin, sadly, like a month ago, like the whole thing in 1 week. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
God, that's amazing. You're late to the party, but at least you got into the Jane train. That's good.
Right.
and just
You
so
know,
happened,
a good story about Ugly Betty, which is Fanny's referring to Ugly Betty, the Mexican version of Ugly Betty, which I did with my dear friend Angelica Vale. A funny story. This is incredible how when a door closes, that's why I'm not bummed about Broke. Okay, yes, I'm very bummed. But every time a door closes, a window or another door will open. This is insane. I was living in New York, and I was the lead of a $12 million Broadway show called The Mambo Kings. It was based on a movie with Armanda Sante and Antonio Banderas. And I was the lead and I was super happy about this. And then the producers went over the budget like $5 million. So they had to pull the plug. In my mind, I was the Phantom of the Opera, right? I was living in New York with my mask, walking like, I was like, the Phantom has been there for 40 years. I'm like, this is me. I'm going to be performing on Broadway for 40 years. And then they pulled the plug and they canceled the show. And I was devastated. Like, oh my God, imagine the opportunity of being a Broadway star, being from Mexico, an immigrant. I mean, it was everything. I was like, oh my God, this shit. And then they call me and they're like, hey, listen, you are our fourth option to do this Colombian property. It's called Yo Soy Betty La Fea. And I'm like, what's it about? But an ugly. I'm like, okay, I don't care. How much is the pay? And they're like, no, you don't understand. You are our fourth option. So for us to hire you, 3 actors need to pass, and then we might hire you. I'm like, oh, okay, let's do it. And thank God, the other actors passed because it was going to be broadcasted at the worst time slot in Mexican television, like 3 p.m. or something. Like everybody's eating, nobody's watching TV. And then we did it, and it broke historical records. #1 show in Mexico, in Mexican television, and in the US as well. So every time that a door closes, something better is coming. Hopefully, because these just got canceled.
I've watched one telenovela my whole life. It was called Apuesta por la Amor. Did I say that?
Apuesta por un amor. Yes.
Yes, I was in love with the main person, and I was starting to learn Spanish in one of my elementary school classes. I just fell in love with her. Not sure what was really happening. Just saw a lot of people slapping each other, but it was great from what I saw.
And staring to the camera for no reason for 30 seconds like this.
Yes, with the really devastating music in the background, like da da da.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's how we roll. That's how we roll,
gosh.
baby. Yeah.
All right, Rebecca, go ahead and ask your question. Rebecca Romero.
Hello. Hi,
Hola,
Jaime.
Rebeca, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, I'm bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien, gracias.
Okay, so I want to ask, do you think, like being Latina actor in America, do you think that would ever be normalized? Also, do you think using different languages in films and TV in America will be normalized? Because I freaked out when Coco actually had Spanish songs and everything in it, and it I just really enjoy them. Do you think that would actually be normalized, or do you think it's just going to be never be accustomed to it.
Rebecca is referring to the fact that I have a voice in Coco, in the Academy Award-winning film Coco. No, you know what? I think as long as you do it organically, naturally, you're good. When you have networks or studios or network executives saying, yeah, in this line, you should say the word fiesta, tacos, because that will resonate with our demographic, then that's not real. It's not going to work. It's never going to work. That is why Jane the Virgin was so groundbreaking, because most of us are immigrants, not all of us, but you know, in our household, and I'm sure, where your parents or grandparents from, Rebecca?
Both my parents were born in Puerto Rico. I was born here in Philly.
Well, do they speak Spanish, or they're more like English? Okay, so as you know, in your household, when they're talking to each other, they're talking Spanish. They're speaking Spanish, and then they turn to you, or you turn to them, and you ask a question in English, and then they answer in Spanish. That's the most natural and organic thing we do as immigrants. So that was addressed like that on Jane the Virgin, not like, oh yes, let's say a word in Spanish here to tap into that demographic, and they will tune into the show. No, they will not tune in. They will laugh at you. They will go like, that's done. Don't try to trick us. It doesn't work like that. So it's going to be normalized. This is America. The language we speak in this country is English, obviously. So of course, but hey, if you're doing a project and it's completely justified that you had a family from Turkey, a family from Latin America, a family from Vietnam, from Sweden, and sometimes they interact with each other in their native language, as long as it's organic and naturally done, I think it works. What was the other question about being a Latino, if that's going to be normalized? I think I have this feeling between some people from our culture might think that we should be treated, I don't know, like we have some sort of disability. I mean, I don't, and it's a deeper conversation. We have to talk about this and all of the different points of views, of course, but it's definitely a deeper conversation. But it's like, we shouldn't get, yes, there isn't, ¿cómo se dice? There are not enough opportunities for minorities to be in Hollywood. And as you know, Oscars so white and all of these hashtags that were so trendy. So yes, definitely there has to be more diversity and more inclusion when it comes to the mainstream media. But at the same time, we shouldn't get a pass because we're Latinos.
Yeah.
So if a show doesn't get picked up, or you don't get the job as a writer, it's because I'm Latino. No, maybe it's because you weren't good enough. And we cannot use our ethnicity to get a pass. Or be mediocre. So I guess that yes, there has to be more opportunities for minorities and Latinos and Hispanic in the mainstream media, without a doubt. But I don't think we should get a pass just because where we're from.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you.
All right. I think we have time for like one or two more questions, because Jaime actually has another call soon. So
I think we have like 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. So we have like a couple more questions in. So Elizabeth,
look at that. 10 minutes. Woo!
Well, his next one starts in 10 minutes.
I have another call at 3:30. Don't judge.
So Elizabeth, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi. I'm really Star Trek right now. Oh my God.
You're so sweet. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Yeah. So my mom was born in Mexico, and we both like grew up watching like telenovelas and stuff.
Nice.
So I wanted to know what's your favorite telenovela, and then like if there are any like shows or movies or specific actors that inspired you to like pursue acting.
Well, my career is before and after La Fea Más Bella, without a doubt. That's a given. But I love doing Por Ella Soy Eva, which is a character where I played a woman. I don't know if you saw that one. I played a woman like Mrs. Doubtfire, Tootsie kind of thing. And I love that because it was a huge acting challenge, because it's not about you trying to be cutesy like, yeah. No, the character really needed to convince people around him that he was a girl, basically a woman. So I loved Por Ella Soy Eva without a doubt, but my career-changing role was La Fea Más Bella. And what was the other one? Am I forgetting? You asked another one, right?
Yeah, she said, are there any like shows or specific actors that inspired you to act? Was that the second one? Yeah.
Several, many. Daniel Day-Lewis, Robert Downey Jr., Al Pacino, many projects. Richard Dreyfuss. You're all like 18 years old. You don't know who Richard Dreyfuss is, but many also projects. Not so much like this specific person was. No, it was a combination of many actors and many projects and many factors.
Great, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right, so I think we have Tam next. I think had one or two questions, so go ahead and ask your question.
Oh, well, my first question was, are you Team Michael or Team Raphael? But that was a joke because I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Tam. Oh, well, that's a great, of course, hashtag Team Michael forever, obviously. But then I loved how Rogelio evolved, and eventually he became hashtag Team Jane. So whatever made his daughter happy, he would accept.
And also, I was wondering if you read this book.
No, I have not. Is it good?
I haven't started, but I'm going to start soon because I'm done. Like, I have free time now, but
I know who wrote it. What, Maddie, one of our writers that she started as Jenny Ehrman's personal assistant, and then she evolved to be one of the head writers of the show. I know Maddie. Maddie wrote the book.
Oh, really? That's so cool. I didn't even know it was a real book until like I saw that on TikTok, and I was like,
right? It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Tam is short for Tammy. Hi, Tammy.
Hi.
Oh, got you.
I'm trying to find
She's one of my residents.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I'm trying to show you a picture of me as a woman for you to laugh a little bit, and if I find it, of course. But go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Okay, awesome. So Lexi Ashton, go ahead and ask your question.
So first, I'm currently rewatching Jane the Virgin. Like I paused it just for this. Like I have it on another screen, and I'm also a really big fan of One Day at a Time. And a lot of fans want you to be on the show because they want to see you back with Justina Machado from Everything with Jane the Virgin. So like, would that be
Darcy Factor?
Yeah, is that something you're interested in doing?
Yes, actually, I talked to Gloria Calderon Keller, who's the showrunner of One Day at a Time. We talked about it and we discussed the possibility. But then I don't know. It's just we get busy with my projects, their projects, and sometimes we really have a sincere desire to work with each other. But just dates don't work or times don't work. It's just a matter of finding the right moment to do the collaboration. But I would love to. I love the show, and Norman Lear, I believe, the original creator, he's just so brilliant. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Lauren Garda, go ahead and ask your question next.
¿Dónde está Lauren? Hold on, let me find her. Yay!
Hi. Oh my gosh, I'm shaking. I asked two questions, but I suppose they're kind of similar. So what was it like building the emotional connection with the rest of the cast?
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy, right?
You were beautiful.
Thank you very much. I will give you my number any day of the week. No, it was great because they're great humans, Lauren. They're great guys. They're great human beings. So I don't know. Is your question like on a personal level? Of course, that's what you mean on a personal level.
Like getting to know each person individually and like like emotional connection there.
It is great because first, of course, you walk into a project being a stranger to everybody. I mean, we're all strangers. And then we start to know each other and of course, it's like any other relationship. Sometimes you have challenging moments. Sometimes you might disagree with someone or disagree with something, and that's totally fine. You work through the problems, and that's it. I mean, as simple as that. It's because I also think that it's a personal choice for people to be assholes or not. I think it's a choice. Like you can decide to how you're gonna react to certain situations, to be honest. It's like with this COVID thing, I go to support my local business. I get the coffee, and there's a guy behind me, grabs a coffee and goes like, "You touched the cup," and sprays Lysol in the cup, and "How dare you?" And everybody's like, "Dude, if it bothers you so much, stay the fuck home. brew your own coffee." Like, it's very difficult for all of us to be dealing with this pandemic. It already weighs a ton on our shoulders. It's your decision if you want that ton to become 10 tons or just 1 ton. So we have challenges like any other human interactions, but we work through them, and we sincerely and honestly love each other deeply. We still talk to each other every single week. I have conversations with Gina. I'm now talking to Gina to produce a project for Netflix, her and I. So yeah, we have sincere, deep connections, human connections with all the cast. They're amazing. All of them, they're amazing.
We're here with Jaime, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Jaime, if people want to follow you on social media, if they're not already doing so, what are some of the social media handles?
All my social media, even my YouTube channel is at Jaime, like my name there on the screen, JaimeCamil. All of them, awesome. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, all of them are at Jaime Camil.
Awesome. Now, what we've been doing with our speakers are we've allowed them to have the last word. So if you had the key to life or words of wisdom, or what's that one gem of nugget that you want to leave with the students, now's your opportunity. You're going to take us out of here.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, you're asking the wrong fellow. No, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I would say it's, I embrace my failures. I embrace my ignorance. I love my failures and I love my ignorance, because the only way you can be a better person and have more knowledge in life and learn more, it is through your ignorance and through your failures. So sometimes we live in a society where you have to prove everybody how cool you are and everything you know, and you are super cool and you have the last word and you also have the right thing to say. And that's bullshit, because that's just unreal. The only way we learn and we get experience and we get more seasoned in life and we learn more is about our mistakes. It's through our mistakes and through our failures and through not knowing what the hell we're talking about. It's perfectly fine to ask questions. And if you are surrounded by people that will make fun because you ask a question, because they're all morons. You don't want to be around those guys. Just cut them out of your life, because they're always going to have the ignorance. Their knowledge is going to be the size of this little thing. And that is why sometimes in politics, you have people supporting certain political parties, whatever. And when you try to expand the knowledge, the discussion and the knowledge, they feel threatened, because knowledge is an overwhelming sensation. Like, oh my God, there's so many things out there. No, I'm going to keep it right here. Keep it right here. And because I'm comfortable here. So I'm going to only be friends of people that are happy with this level of knowledge, this little tiny thing of knowledge. That's the only thing. And that's nothing. That is your limitation. That will be your only limitation in life, is yourself. Your limitation in life will be you being afraid of knowing more and finding out about new things. So embrace your ignorance, embrace your failures, embrace your challenges, because that's the only thing that will give you the experience, and that's the only thing that will season you in life and prepare you for life. The more you know, listen, it sounds terribly cliche, but information is power. Knowledge is power. So that's,
absolutely.
That works for something.
No, this was great. Jaime Camil, everybody. Thank you so much. Everybody say bye to Jaime so we can
Guys, thank you so much for inviting me. Yes. Is it Leah or Leah?
Leah.
Leah, thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you. It means a lot. It means a lot. I'm
so
very